On today's video, I am exploring the best way to combine steak and cheese together. But I'm not talking about sandwiches. I'm looking for something more special, something that has never been done before. And today, you're gonna see the world's first. And everything starts off with this, a wheel of cheese. Not only is it a very good quality cheese, it's also a truffle cheese. And the first thing to do is to go ahead and open it up. And I'll tell you one thing, as soon as the package was removed, this is a funky cheese, but in a very good way. Now I've been to Italy, and I saw how the best cheese in the world was made. That was an incredible experience. Every wheel of cheese you see here is Parmigiano Reggiano, and I got the pleasure to see how they open it. Now even though this Parmigiano Reggiano is a lot larger, mine is much smaller. So we're trying to go ahead and use the same technique. And the first thing to do is to go ahead and add some knives through it. We want to cut this nice and slow. I'm telling you friends, this is an experience. It is awesome. But after going around and adding the knife little by little, in the end, the top just popped it off like this. And now you have a much clearer vision of the actual truffles. And the smell. This is a fantastic cheese. And because of the truffles, it makes it extremely unique. The first thing to do is to go ahead and remove this protective layer. It's just there to keep the cheese nice and fresh. Now if you think we're gonna let this top half go to waste, no, you are very wrong. Let me show you what I have in mind. Here I have two beautiful steaks. As you can see, it is a New York strip, 1.5 inches thick and choice grade. This is a fantastic steak to have it by itself, but we're gonna be combining that cheese with it. First, we gotta get it seasoned. For that, I use a good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. I cannot emphasize enough that the most important thing whenever you're eating steaks is to make sure you season it properly. One of them, we're going to be calling it the control, and that's because we're going to be using shaved cheeses just to have with it. The second one, on the other hand, that one we're going to be using a melted cheese version. I'll be using the top that we just cut out to melt it right on top of the steak. That will be coming real shortly, because here's where things gets really interesting. The first thing to do is to dig a hole, a nice hole. And the best part is that all of this extra cheese that is being removed is just an appetizer for us. And as you can see, once I was done, we have a nice bowl of cheese ready to be used. Talking about that, I'm going to be combining it with this, a Japanese Wagyu A5 steak. This is the best of the best. Not only is it an A5, it is Kobe beef straight from Japan. That's one of the wonderful things about having a meat dealer. You know where your steaks are coming from, and it is authentic, the real deal. And if you want to use mine, check him out on the description down below, because the next thing to do is to go ahead and trim this out. As you can clearly see, it has a lot of external fat. As a matter of fact, most people say that Wagyu is just fat with a little bit of meat. They're not wrong though, but this fat is quite special, and I'll show you why. Once the trimming was done, take a look. We got all of the fat removed, and as you can clearly see, it starts melting on your hands. But we're not done yet, as now you want to go ahead and slice it in very thin strips. Now to make a nice presentation, little by little you start rotating the steak in itself, kind of like mimicking a rose. This is unnecessary unless you want a nice beautiful presentation, because once done, take a look. You're making something quite special. It's not like you're gonna have this every day. As now we have our rose Wagyu, let's go back to the cheese. The first thing to do is to create a mountain. That way the cheese that was scraped will also melt together with the Wagyu. Once this little mountain was created, the Japanese Wagyu A5 goes right on top. Now take a look at this. Let's not even talk about the price. Like I said, it's not something that can be done every day. This is for an extremely special occasions only. However, we're not even close to being done yet. Remember all of the trimmings? We want to go ahead and render all of the fat. Nothing is going to go to waste here. The key of rendering fat properly is to do it nice and slow. In the end, you're going to be left with Japanese Wagyu A5 chicharrones and of course the rendered Wagyu fat. I'm going to be using this fat to deep fry the steak right inside of the cheese wheel. That will be coming real shortly, because just in case things do not turn out very good, I decided to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. And this one, I guarantee you, is going to please everyone. Let me show you how I made it. The first thing to do is to make a sauce. So into a pan, I threw in some marinara sauce, followed by a little bit of that beautiful cheese, stirred everything around, and then I added crème de leche, which by the way, you will be able to find it in your supermarket under table cream. Once you've mixed everything together, taste for seasoning. If salt is needed, just add a little. This one was just perfect. Now remember the Wagyu A5 chicharrones? If you think we're gonna let this go to waste, let's put it to good use. This is burrata. It's basically fresh mozzarella with very soft cheese inside. And here is puff pastry. So the first thing to do is to go ahead and open it up. Then add the burrata right in the middle, followed by the Wagyu A5 chicharrones. Then close everything up and deep fry the whole thing in Wagyu fat until it's nicely golden brown. Be real careful though, because if you don't close the puff pastry tight, things will get out of hand. But if you're nice and careful, you should be left with a golden brown color just like this. And now to plate it up. First, a good amount of sauce, followed by the deep fried burrata, a tiny bit of more sauce on the top, so we can place those beautiful chicharrones. Then of course, add a little bit of parsley for color, and to finish it up, some truffle cheese. Now this is today's side dish, and I can tell you one thing, it's going to be marvelous. At least, that's my hope. Because now, it's time to go ahead and cook up the steaks, and also deep fry one inside of a cheese wheel. I'll tell you one thing, friends, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, as now I say, it is enough talking, and it is time to grill some beautiful steaks. So let's do it. All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful feast, gentlemen. What do you guys think?
Perfect word, Guga. Feast is right. This is a ton of food, and it looks so fancy. It looks very cheesy.
Cheesy,
That's
correct.
the word. You have a steak flour in the cheese wheel. What other word than fancy are you gonna use?
But first, to see if this is really worth it or not, I have two other experiments. Now make sure you try the steak together with the cheese, okay? This is the idea here. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Dude, that cheese goes really well with the steak.
we are going on the right direction over here, everybody.
Starting off with a bang, and I'm not talking about just the looks of this, but the flavor. It's so explosive, so awesome, so in your face with the cheese and the steak. They pair so perfectly together. I love this already.
I agree with you, Leon, 100%.
And it must have truffle or something, right?
Yes!
It is truffle inside of the cheese. You see these little black spectacles? It's real truffle, unlike truffle oil. Truffle oil is not truffle. It's just basically it's disgusting, all right? If you want to try the real thing, have the real deal, everybody. It's the only way. This is delicious.
really good.
I'm curious about this one. So this is a little bit different, and the reason is the cheese was melted on top. Enough talking, let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
It seems like it became stronger.
Yeah.
Because it's melted, everybody.
Definitely get a more profound cheese flavor on this one. And I like the different texture of this. Gooey and creamy, it's really nice. And plus the steak on top of it, it's just perfection on top of perfection. That is divine, guys. That's really good.
That is phenomenal and divine. And you? I like how you keep it simple. This is delicious, and so is this one.
Yeah.
Which one is better so far?
I'm going with the melted one.
Melted cheese, you.
If you're a cheese lover, you can taste more cheese on the melted version, so you'll pick that. If you're a steak lover like me, you're gonna go for the control though. You taste more beef, and that's why I'm choosing that one.
So we're pretty much tied up now.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to find out
No,
about
no,
the
no,
why.
no, 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 no. Which one do you prefer?
I will tell you right after the sandwich.
Oh my God.
What is this little bits on top of that?
There's, yes, a little bit of Wagyu fat in there. Crispy Wagyu bits. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
No way, bro.
It is so delicious. I don't know how to express it more, everybody, how good this actually is.
I'm not sure which one I like more, the steaks with the cheese or the
Oh,
side
this
dish.
one?
Damn, bro.
This is so phenomenal.
I
Wow.
can't think of a more perfect side dish to pair with these steaks. Just texture alone, you have such a crispy crust on the outside of the burrata, then the inside is nice and creamy. Plus that sauce adds a nice flavor and depth to it. You have a little crispy Wagyu whatever fanciness on top
Chicharrón.
too. Chicharrón, look at that. that gives a delicious bite on top of it. I mean, wow, I'm blown away.
What I like is that the sauce, whatever it is, it's not like a really runny sauce. It's kind of like a thick sauce, you know what I mean?
Thick, everybody. He likes it thick.
I like, yeah.
We gotta do an extra final finish right here and melt a little bit of the cheese.
No, we're not fancy at all with this.
Yeah, so right here, we're just getting a little bit of extra meltiness, everybody. I think that's enough. Okay, so I'll do it first and then you guys do it second, okay?
It's like fishing, you just go and grab.
Exactly, but you see this? This looks like it's just water, but it's not, it's Wagyu fat. Make sure you grab the cheese. Okay, go for it, Leo.
Oh, dude, it just cuts so easy.
Enough talking, let's give it a try right now. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Wow.
oh my God. That should be illegal, everybody. How do you describe that description, guy?
You have that Wagyu tenderness plus the Parmesan and Wagyu fat that just seeps all over everything. It just creates such a expensive, luxurious, decadent mouthfeel. I feel like I'm sitting on a chair of gold right now. This is not real.
That is the ultimate richness in a steak bite.
This whole wheel of cheese and steak together will feed a lot of people because it's very rich. You're not gonna eat all this by yourself,
No,
everybody,
yeah, right.
because if not, the bathroom is gonna be your friend for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Long time.
All right, I gotta ask you, which one is your favorite?
The cheese wheel, bro. I've been eyeing it ever since that bite.
How about you?
I can't wait for this camera to turn off so I can put this and just take this home, bro. That's
Imagine
so
just
good.
one thing I wish I had, everybody, a little piece of baguette. Oh. If you serve it, make sure you have some bread.
Google, I've never said this about one of your dishes, but that is a masterpiece.
Oh, thank you, Leo. Very delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always on the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.